A very warm and a pleasant welcome to one and all present here. Today, we'll be dealing with module number 8, which is the Vedas unveiled, the spiritual significance of Vedic chants. Vedic chants, as we all know, is the soul and the prime factor in connecting language and music. These are the earliest proofs that we know that it connects music and language. So, friends, today we will be knowing the different elements in Vedic chants, the rhythm, the intonation, the raga, the laya, the types of pronunciation that is there in Vedic chants. So, let's all embark on this journey of knowing the relationship between music and Vedic chants. Amongst the 4 Vedas that we already know, it is the Samaveda, which is the Veda of melody. It talks about rhythm, it talks about intonation, it talks about music, it talks about different elements of music. As we all know, the Samagana, the hymns of Samaveda, acts as direct bridge in connecting the classical music and the spiritual significance. As a result, it is a pride to know and understand that the UNESCO has recognized Vedic chants as the intangible cultural heritage as ever. Now, let us know different Vedic chants, its elements, and different parts of music and musical references in Vedic chants. The musical significance of Vedic chants. What are Vedic chants? Who has to do this? How do they do it? In what intonation do they do it? How is it directly connected to the spiritual bliss? And how is it that it is getting connected with this part of classical language or classical music for that matter? So let us all know. These Vedic chants are an integral to Indian music rendition. So as ever, as early that we have been seeing, Indian music is being a part of our Vedic chants. The earliest proof of Indian music is from the 4 Vedas, especially the Samaveda, composed with precise tonal and rhythmic patterns, which is also called as the swara or the laya. The foundation of music in India was directly related to Samaveda as the origin of Indian classical music. The Vedic intonations blend music with spirituality. As it is said, Samaganam Richam Adharaha, which means Samaveda says the Sama melodies, the hymns of Samaveda, are the foundational part of Indian classical music. Now, let us know the musical features of Vedic chants. There are swaras, which are also called as notes. There are 3 main swaras of Vedic chants, as we can see here. They are Udatta, Anudatta, and Swarita. Precision in chanting. So, let us know the rules of pitch, duration, and articulation, which is also called as Swarasaduta. Melodic flow. It enhances the emotive power of the verses. So, when a person simply chants it without any intonation and rhythm, and with that of the person who chants it with the regular pause, with a systematic structure, has experienced an emotive power in these verses. Udattaha Swaritaha Chaiti Sampradanam Swaradishu. These are the verses that are exactly taken from Shiksha Sutra. Siksha, as we know, it is a Vedanga. There are 4 Vedas and there are 6 Vedangas. One amongst those Vedangas is Shiksha, and these verses are taken from the Siksha Sutras as we see. Vedic Swaras and their spiritual relevance. As we see, Udatta, Anudatta, and Swarita. These represent different forms in Vedic chants. Let us know what they are. Udatta represents the divine and the transcendental energy while chanting. The Anudatta Swara represents individual to the earth, the connectivity between the human form and the earth. Swarita acts as a bridge between the physical and the divine realms. Their precise pronunciation ensures the chant's efficacy and the resonance with the cosmos. Swaraha Brahmano Rupam. Swaras are directly the forms of Brahman, the ultimate truth, the ultimate spiritual bliss. And this is also once again taken from Siksha Sutras. The Swaras are the embodiment of Brahman, as we see here. Importance of Swaras, the notes as we call them in Vedic chants. As we have seen, Udatta is nothing but high-pitched note indicating elevation and energy. Anudatta is a low-pitched note signifying calmness and grounding. Swarita is a mid-tone that balances and connects the above two. So creates a dynamic, meditative auditory and a blissful experience altogether. Udatta anudattayoho swaritam madhyame bhavet. This is also taken from Siksha Sutra, which is a Vedanga. The Swarita arises as a balance between Udatta and the Anudatta. Samaveda and its musical legacy. We all know Sama, the Saman, means musical notes, musical chants of Vedas. Sama hymns sung in melodies. It is a roop of Gana. It is a form of Gana. Ancestors of Raga system in Indian music have been very, very popular generally. Let's see the use of tones and ragas in this. Melodic improvisations, precursors to classical ragas, were using Sama as the base for their music, chanting infused with devotion. So those days, or the music that is spoken by us from the Samaveda is just not something which is just seen as an art form alone. It is also infused with lot of bhakti and devotion. Samnam Gayatram Ganam. Samaveda says the Gayatri of Sama is sung as a melody. This is the origin of music in Samaveda. Samagana, the art of singing Vedic hymns, especially the Samaveda itself. Samagana means merging of words, the text, with melody, the Sangita, sung in a very, very specific melody. Gana Chandaha. Chandas, as we see, these are the meters in which you sing particular verses. Structure of Sama chanting is Jati, the basic tune, Sthai, the base note, and Antara, the variation. Samaganam, Samnam, Sreshtham. The singing of Sama is the supreme among all the hymns. Let us see Samaveda's global musical relevance. Cross-cultural influence. So with this, we mean here Samaveda inspires Gregorian chants, Zen music, and many other cultural music and the musical tradition in it. Universal connection, celebrated for its harmonious blend of sound and spirituality. Samaveda is just not about Vedic rendition, but it's about spirituality, it's about liberation, it's about everything of human form. Ganam yat sarvam lokanam. Music is the joy of all the world present. So this is how we cherish, we enjoy the Samaveda's global relevance. Influence on Indian musical scales, the ragas as we call them. Samaveda as a raga prototype. See, the first of its kind of raga was found in Samaveda itself. So it talks about inspired scales like Kafi, Shankarabharanam, the framework for melody development. The raga nirmanam itself happened in Samaveda. With this, we come to know about these important structures of music. The tonal improvisation. Samavedic notes correlate with sa, ri, ga, ma, pa as Indian solfege. Saptaswaraha Samavedasya. There are 7 notes that originate from Sama. So with this, we know that Samaveda stands as a base for all the Saptaswaras, for the tonal improvisation, and for a raga, especially as a prototype, which is first of its kind ever. So these are some of the origins of music that has happened from Samaveda as we know. Rhythm and tempo in Vedic chants. As we know, chanting involves rhythm and chandas to it, the tempo to it. Chandas are also called as meters or prosody. Rigorous metrical structure, as we call them, they are Gayatri, Anushtup, Trishtup. In this manner, there are various metrical structures with which we pronounce. We create intonation while pronouncing Vedic chants. It balances rhythm and the musicality in it. Laya, the tempo as we call them, it is slow, medium and fast chanting styles, which is called as Vedaihi Swaraihi Chandobihi. These verses are taken from Yajurveda and it means the Vedas are expressed through swaras and meters. So swaras and meters form the Vedic rendition, as we know. Chandas, the meters, as musical patterns. Let us know how Chandas forms an integral part of pronunciation and intonation. Chandas creates a rhythmic framework for chants. Gayatri, which has 24 syllables, Anushtup, which has 32 syllables, Trishtup, which has 44 syllables. Gayatri reflects spiritual awakening, Anushtup, a balanced rhythm for recitation, Trishtup evokes power and determination. In general, the chants, different kavyas, pronunciation, different mantras of day to day life that we all pronounce or chant usually falls under Anushtup Chandas, which is very common in use. These rhythmic patterns ensure the melody flows harmoniously. Chandaha padaha sangeeta swaraha, which means meters form the feet of musical notes. Friends, let us know the role of chandas in musicality. Variety of Vedic meters. As I told you before, it's Gayatri, Anushtup, Trishtup, etc., which has 24, 32, 44 syllables respectively. It provides a rhythmic structure to the chants that we do. And the musical recitation maintains a cadence and flow, enhancing the melody in it. Chandaha padani samagathaha. These are the verses from the 10th mandala of Rig Veda, which says, meters, words and melodies form the hymns of the Vedas. The signs of sound vibrations. Sound has got its own vibration which connects us to the spiritual bliss. The Nada Yoga and the vibrational energy. Vedic chants generate vibrations that can influence our physical and mental state of mind. Therapeutic benefits include stress relief, enhanced concentration and healing. The role of frequencies in sound vibrations has specific frequencies in chants which align with natural laws, which is also called as Dhvani Vijnanam. For example, the Om, the mantra, resonates at 432 Hz, a frequency believed to be in harmony with the universe. Nadamayam Jagat, Nada Bindu Upanishad says this. The universe is composed of sound. We always talk about Shabda Brahma. So, Brahman is nothing but Shabda, the pronunciation, the words, the lyrics, the verses. Influence on Indian classical music. Let us now know how Vedic chants has influenced Indian classical music. It is a link between Vedas and music. Sama hymns inspire the raga system, Carnatic and Hindustani styles, which prevails in both South and North India, retains Vedic essence in it. Tampura and Swara correlation. The continuum of Vedic tones in modern string instruments. Shiksha Shastrasya Mule Sangeetam. The root of Shiksha Shastra lies in the music. The Nada Yoga, the signs of sound, as we know that. Concept of Nada, the sound. Ahata Nada, Anahata Nada. Ahata Nada is nothing but the external sound externally produced. Anahata Nada is the internal unstruck sound produced from unstruck strings. Chants as a path to liberation. Sound vibrations aid us to feel the presence of spiritual transcendences. Anahataha Param Brahma Nadatma. Nadabindu Upanishad by these verses say that the unstruck sound is the ultimate Brahman. The sound is compared with the Brahman himself. Role of rishis in musical traditions, seers and musicology. Rishis composed hymns with precise musical knowledge. Rishis were well versed in musical knowledge with which they have composed different mantras, different chants of Veda. Transmission of Samavedic music. Guru Sishya Parampara ensured the purity of recitation. So, when the Sishya commits a mistake, Guru is here with encompassed with musical knowledge, and he tries to correct and retains the legacy of music. Rishayo mantra drashtaraha. Rishis are the seers of mantras. So they know, they are encompassed, accomplished with musical knowledge. Healing and musical effects. Resonance of sound. See, we have sound therapy, we have music therapy which heals different diseases. So vibrations impact the body and mind, which is called as Nada Chikitsa. Tuning of chakras through specific intonations. In those particular intonations, our chakras are activated. Therapeutic aspects. Chants like Om create harmonious frequencies in us. Nadopasanam mokshapradam. Nadabindu Upanishad by these verses say that sound worship leads to liberation. So sound has also become an upasana marga to lead us to the liberation path. Healing power of Vedic chants. Psychological impact. The rhythmic chanting stabilizes heartbeat and lowers blood pressure. Enhances breathing patterns, promoting physical wellness. Together, the Nada Brahma or the Vedic chants naturally heal us in these aspects. Psychological benefits. There are different psychological benefits by Vedic chants. It reduces anxiety and depression, stimulates creativity and mindfulness. For example, Gayatri Mantra creates an uplifting mental state when chanted melodiously. Dvaniryasya param swasthyam tasya siddhim karoti. Sound that resonates brings ultimate health in us. Universal appeal of Vedic chants. Modern musical applications says that adaptation in global music therapy, integration in contemporary meditation practices. These are made to be a part of Vedic chants. Vedic music's eternal relevance, cross-cultural appeal of sacred soundscapes. Richaha samani gayanti. Atharva Veda says the hymns are sung as samas, the melody in it. So this is a universal appeal which states that global musical therapy should be adapted, and secondly, meditation practices of contemporary age should be integrated with Vedic chants, which makes us have a better lifestyle both physically and mentally. Vedic chants and their musical benefits. Cognitive benefit, harmonic benefit, community benefit. What are the cognitive benefits? It improves your memory, attention, focus, creativity, etc. Harmonic resonance aligns inner and outer vibrations, that is nothing but Nada Yoga. Community harmony, which says collective chanting fosters unity and peace in the society. Sangachadvam, Samvadadvam. Rigveda says that let us come together and chant in unison. There is also this emotional impact of Vedic chants. Rasas, the music therapy put together, has good amount of emotional impact in us. Let's see how it works. Rasas, the emotions, infuses 9 classical emotions. Rasas, peace, shanti, devotion, bhakti, and joy, ananda. Musical therapies that promote emotional well-being and mindfulness. So this music therapy has grown up to such an extent that it controls, it regulates, it's systematic way of doing mindful work, and human well-being is also controlled by it. Rasanam samvegakari sangeetam. Music evokes and channels emotions. Let us now see how Vedic chants have been middleman, a bridge in connecting us to the world of music. Union with Brahman. So it connects us to the world of music. it connects us to the divinity in nature. So chants transcend earthly sounds leading to divinity, which is called as Brahma Yoga, musical path to spirituality. As we say, it is an upasana marga, a pathway which leads us to the ultimate spiritual bliss. Every tone is an offering to the divine. So an artist, when he performs, he should feel that every tone, every syllable that he utters is a token of love and respect to the divinity. It is an offering to the divinity in nature. That is called as nadarpana. So, gayanam paramam brahma. Singing is the highest form of Brahman. In day-to-day life, we see that singing and dancing has been the biggest seva and to the Lord in local temples here in Indian scenario. So, to conclude with, Vedic chants transcend the barrier of language and culture through their musical essence. They inspire harmony within and connect us to the universal rhythm, a timeless bridge between sound and spirituality. Nadaha paramam brahma. Nadabindu Upanishad says sound is the ultimate reality. So friends, we have seen what is a Vedic chant, how it is being chanted, and what are different types of rhythms, intonations, laya that Vedic chants have. And also we have seen that how Vedic chants connects us to the language, to the spiritual divinity, it leads us to the Upasana Marga. Nada Brahma, the sound Om or Gayatri mantra, for example, leads us to harmony and peace. The vibrations play a vital role in chanting. So, these are some of the things that we have seen in this module. Thank you so much.